Welcome. This is a restorative yoga class using blocks. This class will help open the chest while releasing upper body and lower body tension. Let's begin seated any way you feel comfortable. Inhaling the hands up overhead. As you exhale, release them back down. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach. Exhale, this time planting the left hand just beside you. Inhale, right hand reaches up and over for a side stretch. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Inhale, left hand reaches up and over. Inhale, back to center. As you exhale, taking a twist towards your left. Sit tall. Inhale. Exhale, softening the shoulders. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting towards your right. Inhale, once again, sit tall. Exhale, softening the shoulders. Release. Come to tabletop. We'll go ahead and slide the left knee and ankle between the hands for pigeon pose. Option to modify here by placing a block or pillow, whatever you have on hand, under the hip just to elevate the hips a little higher if this is feeling a bit too intense. Feel free to rest upright or go ahead and take your fold, just folding over that left leg. Drawing the breath into the belly, expanding the lower back with each inhale. With each exhale, softening the hips. No tension in the feet or ankles. Observing the body here as you inhale and exhale. Inhale, release. We'll straighten that left leg, tucking the left toes and just pressing into that left heel. Get a good stretch here in the calf, in the back of the leg. And we'll release, switching sides. Right knee and ankle to the top of the mat for pigeon pose. Once again, using your inhales to create space and using your exhales to completely surrender here, sighing out any unnecessary, unwanted tension in the hips and the knees, the feet and ankles. Take your time. We'll inhale, release, sending the hips towards the heels, forehead, chin, or cheek to the mat for child's pose. Drawing the breath into the chest. Exhale, softening the upper back, allowing the arms to be heavy. Drawing the breath into the belly. As you exhale, softening the hips. Inhale, gently release. Coming to your back, we'll grab our block and we'll place the block on the lowest setting underneath the hips. So you'll want the tailbone in the center of the block, but play around here. You can lift it a little higher or a little lower. You don't want it too high on the back. You don't want it too low. So having that sacrum just in the center of the block will be perfect. Resting your hands to your sides. We'll take a moment here to observe the body. Working through the body, we'll begin to soften the upper back and shoulders with each exhale. Drawing the breath into the belly. As you exhale, softening the mid-back and the lower back, so allowing the spine to find its neutral, natural position here. You might notice as the spine starts to soften, the hips become slightly heavier. The sensation around the hips may even become more intense. Just observe, no reacting here, stay neutral, and notice if at any point the spine begins to lift. You can take that quick moment to sigh out any of that tension, allowing the hips to completely melt over the block. We'll soften the toes, the feet, no gripping the mat, just be. Option here to stay still or begin to gently rock the knees side to side, rolling over the hips, over the glutes. Staying where you feel most comfortable, we'll continue to draw the breath into the belly. Gently release. We'll place the block to our side and just hug the knees towards the chest. Big squeeze. Big hug here. And when you're ready, we'll place the block along the spine on the second highest setting. So you can place it on the mat and then come to your forearms and begin to melt over the block, and using your hands just to position the block a little higher or lower to suit your body. And allowing the crown of your head to rest on the mat. If the crown of the head doesn't reach the mat today, completely fine. You can always place a pillow or even a second block, whatever you have, even books, underneath the head for a little more height to elevate it a little bit and to take some of that intensity off of the stretch. We'll begin to draw the breath into the chest. Big inhale, maybe even feeling yourself lift off the block as you breathe in. And as you exhale, completely sighing out all and any tension within the shoulders, the upper back. Allowing the ribs to soften. Noticing as the upper body begins to surrender here, the arms become slightly heavier. Hands become heavier. And you might even notice that as the upper body begins to soften, the stretch, the pose becomes slightly more intense. Just observe, no reacting. The more we react to this sensation, the more it intensifies. So just allow the body to open here. And if this does feel too intense, feel free to come right out and you can skip this pose. It is completely optional. We'll gently release, peeling ourselves off the block. Hug the knees towards the chest. Observing the breath. And notice if it's a little more fluid It might not be. Again, don't obsess, just observe. Maybe you feel more free, maybe you feel less tense. And we'll go ahead and grab the outer edges of the feet, opening the feet for happy baby pose. Option to rock side to side. Release, hugging the knees. And we'll go ahead and straighten the left leg, crossing the right leg over back, stays flat on the mat for a supine twist. Option to place pillows underneath the right knee for a little more height. Again, if this pose feels too intense, do modify where and when needed. And once again, using our inhales to create that space. And using your exhales to let go of any tension. Inhale back to center. We'll exhale, straightening the right leg, left leg crossing over towards your right. Using your inhales and exhales, sighing out any of that tension. And we'll release. One last hug here. Big squeeze, make it count. Big hug. And when you're ready, we'll take the feet to the bottom of the mat. Hands to your sides, palms facing up. Taking a moment to feel the body in its fully relaxed state, in its present state. Working through the body at your own pace, part by part, letting go of any excess tension within the body. We'll gently wake up the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, rocking the head side to side, bending the knees, rolling over towards your right. We'll inhale, full exhale, gently come to seated. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, heart center. Thank you for joining. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates on future videos and live streams.